In moments of tragedy, the fragility of life can become especially palpable.
It wasn't supposed to happen in my school. I lived in a safe community.
Maybe it's the movies, maybe it's the books, maybe it's the bullets, maybe it's the real crooks.
We can do so much more to keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people and make all our communities safer while still preserving the Second Amendment rights for law-abiding residents.
A classmate walked through my high school doors with a shotgun, homemade bombs, a machete, and ammunition strapped to his chest. He opened fire.
Maybe it's the drugs, maybe it's the parents, maybe it's the colors everybody's wearing.
The public health crisis of guns and suicide is a shadow that touches all of our lives.
I ran for cover. For the longest hour of my life, I crouched in fetal position, frantically texting my family and friends that I loved them and that things would be okay without me.
One school shooting per week. This cannot be allowed to be the new normal. We demand that it be stopped.
Maybe it's the high schools, maybe it's the teachers, maybe it's the tattooed children in the bleachers.
This is not the case of some outcast taking out his deserved rage on his bullies. It is the case of an unstable, manic teenager with access to a shotgun.
Now, don't let anybody ever tell you, don't believe it for a second, that these laws make no difference. They do. And the number of crimes committed with assault weapons during that 10 years went down by 2/3. It matters.
The system operated as designed. I was shocked to learn that this was a student who had been taken to a psych ward for an evaluation. This was an 18-year-old student who, in the words of my high school guidance counselor who conducted a threat assessment, had a documented history of extreme anger and difficulty controlling impulses.
Maybe it's the president, maybe it's the last one, maybe it's the one before that, what he done.
He threatened students and faculty with death on a regular basis and was suspended for lashing out. This was an 18-year-old who could buy a shotgun legally.
Maybe it's the senators, maybe it's the system.
These were all warning signs that were well documented months before he bought the shotgun himself. My school shooter passed a background check in 3 business days.
We need this to be bipartisan.
Maybe it's the TV, maybe it's the cigarettes, maybe it's the family.
One life lost is one life too many.
Maybe it's the fast food, maybe it's the news, maybe it's divorce, maybe it's abuse.
Gun owners insist on owning guns for cultural reasons, and to those people, including my own immediate family, I ask, is unflinching universal access to guns more important to you than the lives of high school and college students across the country?
Maybe it's road rage, maybe El Nino or UV rays.
No civilian under the age of 21 has any reason to have a gun of any kind.
Maybe it's the papers, maybe the militia, maybe it's the athletes, maybe the ads, maybe it's the sports fans, maybe it's a fad.
You don't have to look as far, even as you think, to feel the pain of this epidemic. And so I implore you, take this national moment upon yourself. Get involved, pressure your legislators to enact meaningful gun reform, and be the change that this nation deserves.
Maybe it's taxes, big business. But I know one thing, if it were up to me, I'd take away the guns. I'd take away the guns. I'd take away the guns. Yeah.
This is what engagement looks like. This is what commitment looks like. This is what democracy looks like.